am based in Turkey, and I just want to say that that football match, the FIFA World Cup game, was a complete disaster for Turkey, and it was pretty stressful for Paraguay. I would have to say it was a survival act. Now, if you want to understand true football vocabulary, when the game goes really crazy, when it goes absolutely mental, well, then you have to know how native English speakers talk about the beautiful game. And when we say the beautiful game, yep, we mean football or soccer. All right, let's start with the absolute basics. I am pretty sure you know this one. Every match begins with the... Do you know the answer? Just pause the video or I will wait for you. Pop it in the comments. It starts with a K. Did you say kickoff? Fantastic. So the referee, the referee blows the whistle and the ball is in play. Now, in this match, am I correct with my stats? Let me know in the comments, because I believe it took just 64 seconds after kickoff for Paraguay to do what? Yes, to score a goal. Paraguay scored a goal, and the player who scored the goal was Matias Galaza, and he fired, or he scored, from 25 meters out. And so the score was 1-0. 1-0. He scored a goal. The ball found the back of the net. Fantastic. Now, right before halftime, something happened. If you were watching the match, you know what happened, right? There was pure chaos. Chaos. Why? Because Miguel Almiron got into a heated confrontation. Argument, confrontation. It was heated. It wasn't just an ordinary thing. It was a heated confrontation. And then the ref, what does he do? He steps in, he gets involved, and he pulls out, yes, a red card. Now, you know what happens, right? When you get a red card, you are sent off. Say it with me, sent off. So what happened at this point? There was a heated confrontation. The ref pulled out the red card, and Miguel was sent off. Now, when you are sent off, when you get a red card, it's game over for you, right? You are banished from the pitch. You go straight to the dressing room, and your team is now in serious trouble, because what happens now? Well, your team only has 10 players. And this is where we get our real English, football English, okay? So Miguel Almiron was sent off, and Paraguay suddenly became a 10-man Paraguay team. That is never easy, because you are down to 10 players. You are playing with one less player. Okay. Now, Turkey, interestingly, had 80% possession. That means they had the ball 80% of the time. And they threw 32 shots at the goal. And yet they still didn't win? Very strange. All right, so what does a 10-man team do? What does Paraguay do? They just have 10 players. And Turkey has 80% possession. Well, they hang on, they cling on, they hang on, they cling on. So when you see those newspaper headlines, the team is hanging on, they clinging on, was it easy? No, no, because these are survival phrases. Nothing's easy. You are hanging on, you are clinging on. Why? You only have 10 players. Why? because your player was sent off. Why? Because he got a red card. So when we say a team is hanging on, or they are clinging on, or they are defending with their absolute lives, they are desperate, they are under immense pressure. Okay, they're just trying to get to the final whistle, to the final whistle. And if you watch the match, you know what happened, right? They did it. 10-man Paraguay team clung on for the entire second half to seal a victory, to seal a 1-0 victory. Dramatic? Do you think it was dramatic? That's a good phrase. That's a good adjective that you could use. So Paraguay sealed a dramatic victory. What about Turkey? Well, despite all those shots, despite the 80% possession, they could not find the back of the net. 0, no goal. They could not find the back of the net. Fantastic. So this loss, and I would say it is, what adjective would you use for this loss? It's a bad loss. It's a sad loss. How about a devastating loss? Yeah, you like that? Great. So this devastating loss sent Turkey home because they finished right at the bottom of Group D. Yeah, dead last. So they packed their bags early. According to the Guardian news article, they packed their bags early because they were dead last. Now, what's the vocab that we mastered today? And that's going to help you when you are hanging out with your mates talking about the football. We have the kickoff, scored a goal. Another way to say scored a goal, yeah, the ball found the back of the net. Good. Then there was the player who had that altercation and he got a red card. And after he got the red card, what does that mean? He was sent off. And then we have a 10-man team that had to just hang on and cling on. Do you think that you could recreate this story in the comments, or maybe with a voice note to ChatGPT to help you improve your English fluency? Now that you have the vocab, it's going to be so much easier for you to talk about Turkey's devastating loss and Paraguay's 10-man dramatic win. If you enjoyed this and you want access to more advanced English that happens in the real world with me, native English speaker, SALTA certified, 15 years of international experience in China, in Turkey, online, well, then you simply need to hit that like and subscribe button, because I don't know about you. Sometimes I find a really great video and I forget to subscribe, and then I'm trying to find that video and it's not always easy. So do yourself a favor and hit subscribe today. I'm NAS. This is English Decoded. I will see you in the next one for more fast-paced, real-world English vocabulary.